everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered with Mia. In today's episode, I'll be sitting here alone because I wanted to, again, do a bit of a catch-up because since our last solo, a lot has happened. And it's still happening, and it feels like the more and more I'm talking to certain people, they can relate to. And I've promised to myself to never hide what I'm going through or how I'm feeling at the moment. Not to get any compassion or looking for pity or trying to play the victim mode, but to show the reality of things. And that's why I'm here, sitting in front of you and just being my vulnerable self, because this is the reality. And then, other than that, after that, I'll move into something very exciting. I can't wait to talk to you about this. It was not planned for me to record this episode today, so I'm going to be purely improvising. But let's dive right into it. Let's not waste any time. So, how have I been feeling lately? I feel like my world's been crumbling lately. That everything I've worked for or everything that I dreamt of is just gone to ashes, literally. I am, however, very grateful for my friends and my family, because if it weren't for them, I don't think I'll be standing in front of you. And I'm gonna try to not cry because it's not easy. But yeah, so I've recently have to push into a career shift. I don't know where this is leading, and I cannot tell you exactly where this is going to lead, but I just always say to myself, and this is a reminder that Erica always tell me, that better things are waiting ahead. So this is what I'm hoping for and I'm working for, and I'm sure that this is the case. Better things are actually waiting ahead, and sometimes in order to grow, you have to face certain challenges, otherwise you will not grow. I've always mentioned about that in previous solo episode, that sometimes when you feel like a failure, you feel like, oh my god, you failed, but actually out of this fail, there's actually a greater lesson. For me to tell you what's the lesson, I can't tell you right now, because all I've been doing is I've been journaling. I've been taking time for myself. I've been surrounding myself with the right people. And once I have the lesson for that, I will be going more in details about it. But all I can say is I know that it's okay to have a tough time. It's okay to have a cry. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel down. But I know that tomorrow is another day. So I know that there's a lot of things waiting ahead, and me staying in bed crying is not going to change anything. It's actually wiping my tears, putting makeup on and dressing up and doing what the things I need to do, tick the boxes that I need to do to be able to take action, make these action happen, you know. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, oh, you can't have a day in and have a moment to yourself. Trust me, this is very important, and I'll be doing a lot of these lately, where I'll be kind of going back inward. Life has been a real roller coaster in the last 3 weeks, so it's been crazy, and it didn't stop. My brain feels like it's going to explode. I'm constantly thinking, and I need a moment to just pause and refocus and rethink about what are my whys and go again. And maybe I'm recording this right now in a bit of a selfish way, so I can watch this again in a couple of days, month, years time, and remind myself that I didn't give up and I kept going and I stood up. I put my big girl pants on and I went forward. But trust me, all of this wouldn't be possible without the right people around you. The people that you surround yourself with is extremely important. And it's not about quantity, but it's always about quality. And this is something I'll forever preach. So yeah, a lot is going on behind the scene, you know. Sometimes when you watch what's going on stories or Instagrams or social media, you think, oh my God, this girl's living her best life. Well, I'm living a good life, but I am also struggling. But I think I'm not the only one struggling. So to any one of you who's probably going through similar things that I am going through, to any one of you who's listening, who is having a hard time, who feels like the world is just crumbling and that nothing is working out, this is a message to you to tell you that you got this and everything's going to be all right, because after every storm, there's always rainbows and butterflies, and we need to go through this rough patches, rough moment to be able to build up again. And don't let anyone tell you the opposite, or don't let anyone put you down, because you're the only one who knows your worth. And coming back to Jarek's episode that I recorded last week, he reminded me of the importance of removing things that do not serve you in your life and living the present moment. I'm a big worrier, and I'm not going to lie about it. I'm the number one worrier, the number one overthinker. But after recording with Jarek, I always listen to what he says, and he always say, live now, live now, live now, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And this is just another reminder that just live now. Remove anything that don't serve you. Anything that worries you doesn't need to be in your brain or in your life or in around your surrounding, because what's the point? What's the point of hurting yourself more, you know? So yeah, that is a bit of a real talk, and that is me being real. Again, I'm not looking for pity or anything. I'm just being real with what you all, that yes, it's been a bit hard, but I know that this moment will pass by, and I'm sure in the next solo episode I'll be telling you guys, life has changed, everything's perfect, and this is the reality of how life is. We just go through it, we stick on our, you know. I love to see life as me being in a boat and just like going in the oceans, and sometimes the water is just calm and calm and calm, and then suddenly a storm comes and you just have to like hold tight and be like, it's gonna pass, it's gonna pass, it's gonna pass, and then suddenly again you go back slow and steady, you know. So it'll be fine, everything will pass. Moving to something a little bit brighter, because I'm not here to only be sad. I'm here to make a very, very, very big announcement. Before I move to that announcement, I just wanted to thank every single one of you who showed up at the Unveil event, which was Erica's event that was held on the 11th of October. It was truly magical. Thank you for all of your feedback. We had such a blast. I'm so proud of this woman, and I know that there's so many big things waiting for her. So stay tuned if you want to see more about these events. Talking about event, so let's recap a little bit. If you remember, and if you've been listening to the podcast for a while now, around this time last year, maybe around November, I had an episode with Emma. Emma is a photographer, and she is the one with who I've been taking my pictures. And I remember when we had that conversation with Emma, we talked about confidence, and I told her, which she didn't know, that the day I did the photo shoot, the first time I did a photo shoot with her, I was actually not confident. I was just faking it till I make it, and she couldn't believe it. And that photo shoot was very meaningful for me, because as many women out there, and I'm still am sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I am one of them who would be criticizing myself, how I look, and would be like, oh, I don't look good enough, and I would never take a picture of me without makeup. So that photo shoot with Emma was very intentional, because I really wanted to finally embrace myself and show to myself that I am beautiful the way that I am, with or without makeup. I'm just beautiful and I am perfect. And it was such a meaningful, when I got the pictures, I still remember how I felt emotional about these pictures, because they literally traced a bit of my journey through the photo shoot. And the last one was the most meaningful one, because we went completely, removed the makeup, put water on the hair, and we just went raw. And it was the best experience, one of the best experience I had. So then while we were having this conversation, we were talking about having a challenge, or not a challenge per se, but we wanted to create a movement to get more people involved. Okay. So we started it, but it was a very tricky time of the year because we were coming close to Christmas, New Year. A lot of people was traveling, so it was a bit tough for us to kind of schedule this in. However, I sat down with her, maybe it was mid of the year, and I told her, I want to do this again. I really want this to work because I know that this will raise so much awareness, and I want to empower all the women out there. So we finally agreed that this is still going to happen. So if you're seeing this today, mark your calendars as of today, the 22nd of November, we will be hosting an event. The event is called This Is Me. What is This Is Me? This Is Me is a female-only event based in Dubai. It is a free event. You're more than welcome to join. However, bear in mind that we will be capping it to only 20 women. Just because we wanted to still to have enough women that can have that experience, but just enough to keep it a little bit more private. So not only I'll be surrounded by beautiful women, but this event will be co-hosted by amazing and incredibly talented women. We will have a female embodiment session with Lina. We will have a group guided hypnosis with Erica that will work on our self-worth and self-confidence. And afterwards, we will have a photo shoot with Emma. Emma will be taking pictures of each and every one of you. And we will also be taking a big group picture in the end. And as I mentioned, this event is a free event. However, I am open to donation. The donation will go for a charity. I will put all the description about the charity and everything at the end. The charity will be to help women in need, and I'll talk more about it as we come closer to the date. The location is not yet confirmed. Listen, this is me being real. I want to find the exact spot. So once I have that confirmed, please stay tuned on Instagram, because that's where I will be posting all the updates and all the information about the event. Okay. How to join that This Is Me event? Very simple. I want all the women who's listening and who wants to be there to go on their Instagram, take a selfie of themselves. Don't put any filters, just show who you are, okay? And tag Unfiltered with Mia. I'll put everything in the instruction in the description box. I'll repost, and then I will reach out to you privately on Instagram, and you will then join a WhatsApp group with where all the details will be shared. So I am beyond excited about this event. It is truly a moment that I want to reconnect with women, truly a moment where I want to see women feeling empowered. This is going to be a moment to celebrate you, to celebrate us women, and this is the beginning of something bigger happening very soon. So I'm excited for this. So just to recap briefly, because I feel like I've blabbed a lot. 22nd of November, This Is Me event. How to participate: take a selfie of yourself with no filters, please. Tag Unfiltered with Mia. I will repost on my Instagram. I'll reach out to you in your DMs and I'll send you an WhatsApp link that you will join, where all the information about location, time, and everything that will be happening throughout the day will be shared in that group. Okay, so you have literally 1 month from now, bearing in mind that I will be closing the numbers by, let's say the 16th of November. I will not be reposting anything because I will need to make sure that I have the numbers correct. I have everyone confirmed. So you have until the 16th of November to take part of this event. Come and celebrate yourself and come and have a beautiful time with us. I'm really excited for this event. I have been thinking about that since I think May, or actually beginning of the year. And I can't wait to make this dream of mine become reality. And at the same time, it will be a place for us to also connect and meet up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of that. And without further ado, I think I'll be ending today's episode. It's a relatively short and sweet episode because I really wanted to share all the information about this event. I'll make a proper announcement next week as well on my Instagram. Everything will be on my Instagram, guys. So please don't forget to go and follow Unfiltered with Mia. And yeah, I'm excited for this and I hope you are too. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.